you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! And let's go to the house! And let's go to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. And let's go to the house. And let's go to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin strap. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. And let's go to the house. And let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
No, this game ain't over. It's just getting started right here on the lunch break, powered by Jones Media and Entertainment, trying to do stuff back behind the scenes, and it ain't working. So, brother, how you feeling now?
I'm doing great, man. I'm a little bit tired from the trip.
I'm tired, bro. I literally, my interns will tell you, I did not want to do this one today, but I said, let's go ahead and get it done and get it over with and what have you. What you tired from? You've been traveling, haven't you?
Yeah, I just got back from Kansas City for Big 12 basketball tip-off. Yes,
Tell
sir.
Tell us about it.
And real quick, I had some of your one of your spot recommendations places. I wasn't thrilled with their burnt ends, man.
Where did you go?
Had it delivered, man, to the hotel room.
Which one?
So it's a Jack KC's, whatever it is, yeah.
Jack Stacks or
Jack Stack, yeah.
You got Jack Stacks, you got the rib tips, and you didn't like them?
The burnt ends were not great. And my road dog, he had the wings. He ordered the wings. They were dry. So just saying.
Oh my gosh, man! we might as well just stop the show, bro. We might as well just.
But I'll be back with the Cougs moving to the Big 12. Kansas City is going to be hopefully a annual visit once or twice a year. So I'll give them another chance.
What I understand, they're gonna take the Cougs basketball team. Then they're gonna take the football team.
It's a package deal, so you can't have one without the other.
That's how rumors get started, right there. That's how they get started. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, jumping in with us on Throwback Thursday here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. And Kris, the NBA got started this week. Had some games on Tuesday night. Interesting. And man, we had some very interesting games last night. Why don't you start with Tuesday? Tell us what you saw.
You start with Tuesday. Mr. Lakers won't be in the top 8. You start with Tuesday.
They're not going to be 82-0. That's all I can say. They're not going to be 82-0.
What are your thoughts on what LeBron said about they don't have any shooters?
Well,
he said that.
He said it, but I think that's like pouring fuel on some embers, Doc. You trying to get that thing lit up. They got to keep shooting. He's right. You're not going to win in this league by just making a bunch of two. You got to have some guys that can knock down the outside shots, and the only way for them to knock them down is to keep shooting them
and making them. But yes, I know where it's coming from. Right. On average, percentage-wise, guys like Pat Bev, they are 36, 38% three-point shooters. So they'll make them eventually. They just make them Tuesday night. So,
right.
And against a team that's better than them, That's an issue.
You know what I've noticed about Golden State since they got to be this Golden State, because, some of us have been around long enough to remember them before they were this Golden State. They literally entice you to shoot more threes, to keep up with them. Mm-hmm. And if that's not your game, if you're not a high volume 3-point shooting team, that in itself becomes a form of defense. You're not going to beat them playing their game.
That's what they relied on to beat the Rockets.
Yeah.
Draymond said it. Steph said it.
Yep.
If y'all doubt me, go back and look at the footage.
Right.
They knew James Harden and Rockets would hit us with barrage in the first quarter, maybe even bit second quarter. But they knew that eventually they were going to cool off, and once they did, we got them.
Because we got them right where we want. Lakers were 10 for 40 from 3, 25%. Golden State wasn't like killing it. They were 16 for 45. 36%, but that's where you want to be. If you're not in the 33 plus percentage, it's going to cost you more than it's going to give you.
And see, this is why I get into the numbers, analytics part of it. You got to have guys who can make the threes.
Right.
If you don't shoot 40 of them.
Right.
Get to the foul line, beat them at your advantages, at your game. Yep. Beat them in the post.
Yep.
Beat them off the dribble. Get to the basket. Make them foul you. Get those and ones. Get those free throws. 43s for a team that doesn't have guys who can make threes at a high percentage. That's just fool's gold, man.
Right. There are a couple of teams who have players that I watch. How many threes did they take? And before I even look at the score, if I can look at how many threes they took, I can tell whether they won or lost. Yeah. Julius Randle, RJ Barrett over in New York. If they are in the 7 3-point range where they took 7 threes, they probably lost. Mm-hmm. If they're in the 3, 4, 5, they probably won.
Yep. And that's Russ's issue. We could see it when Russ was a Rocket.
Right.
Russ took 2 threes max. Rockets probably won. Russ took 6, 5, 4, 5, or 6. Well, that's a loss.
Well, let me just say.
Don't play into what the opponent wants you to do.
Let me just say, if it weren't for Nunn and Christie, Nunn was 3 for 6. Christie was 1 for 1. Russ Westbrook, 1 for 3, had one of the highest 3-point shooting percentages on the team.
And Russ, 3. That's probably his max.
And that's where he needs to be.
That's what he should do.
That's
Don't
where
worry,
he needs
three-pointers will get 3-pointers.
Yes. For him, it's 1, 2, 3. For those other guys, it's 3, 4, 5. And once they get up and above that, I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So, and Russ, he's so proud, and I keep saying this, and it's not a knock on Russ. Russ is a great dude, okay? Let me be clear. But when teams back up from him to dare him in his mind to make a 3, Russ feels challenged personally.
Yeah.
Like you question his manhood.
Yeah.
Oh, you going to back up me like this?
Yeah.
I'm going to show to you. And then, okay. And everybody knows if Russ makes that first one, we got him. You're going to see some more. We're going to keep shooting them. So.
Now, let's do this, though, before we get too hard on Russ. And, I am a Russ apologist. It's an athlete. It's not just Russ. It's athletes. I was watching the Astros game last night when they walked Yordan Alvarez and Alex Bregman came up. And I said, Alex is going to try to do too much on this at bat because they challenged his manhood. You going to walk somebody else to get to me? And sure enough, he was ahead of everything that they threw him because he was just eager to show them that they made a mistake. So, again.
Hold on. That's a great point in sports, men and women's sports. Yep. You feel challenged.
Yep.
Russ just takes to another level. he is really, really way up there.
And that's where I was getting ready to go. The great athletes, and I'm talking about the greatest of all time, are as cerebral as they are athletic. So, Doc, one of the things that I love about guys is, I can take it to that next level because I can take it to that next level. Russ has got to find a different way to take it to that next level.
Agreed. And that's what he has to work on still. He needs to do that.
Yep. I used to have Kawhi in my superstar category. I had LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. Now I got LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Giannis Antetokounmpo with a couple of outliers waiting to get into that category. One that I had in there, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard was not going to be baited into anything. He was not going to let you make him get out of his character and out of his ability. He was just going to beat you at what he was really good at beating you at. That's where Russ, in this stage of his career, has got to get.
Agreed. I agree very completely.
Yeah. Kris, let's take a quick break. Erica Cross says she's tardy for the party, but I'm here. Game time. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
There's a 100% chance of a laugh thunderstorm. 4 men with different viewpoints take a movie, show, or documentary and review it uncensored, unfiltered, uncompromised, with no holds barred. Join BS3, Wilkes, King Doc, and H-Rap-B as they take on Hollywood their own way. BS3 Network proudly presents The Forecast, where H-Rap-B always predicts,
if I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right. I tell you, man, if you haven't gotten on the BS3 network yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Let me just help you get there sooner than later. If you got a Roku streaming device, download BS3 TV. You'll thank me. If you don't have a Roku streaming device, then check out bs3network.com. That's bs3network.com. They got great shows, and I'm telling you, you're missing out. We had a great one on Tuesday night with Queen 3 and King. I was on the show talking about I'm a work in progress. A lot of folks use that as a crutch or a cover for bad behavior. Mm-hmm. But there's some folks out there that's really trying to get it right. Don't confuse the two. Don't confuse the two. All right, Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. So listen, I'm not going to make excuses for the Lakers. When you are getting double figures out of 3 of your 5 starters, you're already in trouble. LeBron, 31 and 14, 8 assists, almost had the triple. Anthony Davis, 27 and 6. Russell Westbrook, 19 and 11. But then they got 5 out of Lonnie Walker, the 4th, and 3 out of Pat Beverly.
That's not good enough.
That's not.
That's clearly.
They got 13 off the bench from none. And again, everything else off the bench, 0, 0, 3, 3, 3, 2.
Yeah, that's not good enough. And Pat Bev has to do better. Period.
Yeah. And of course, Golden State's Golden State.
And Golden State is better than the Lakers.
Right.
We all know this. The Lakers know this.
So I'll jump over here, though. Again, their starters, 20 from Wiggins, 18 from Thompson, 33 from Steph, 4 from Draymond, 7 from Looney. Off the bench, though, they got 12 from Poole, 8 from Green, 8 from Wiseman, and 8 from DiVincenzo.
Yeah, Kevin Looney and Draymond are not needed. They're not asked to score. It's not their role.
Right.
Pat Bev, for Lakers to, you say they're going to do this year, is got to do more on offense, not just defensively.
Yep. Again, 1 out of 82. Yes. 1 out of 82. Let me ask you the question that one of our colleagues, my little sister, Kelsey Nicole Nelson, asked. How many games do you expect us to get under our belt before you see Anthony Davis in street clothes?
I mean, that's a legit question because of his track record. So the numbers he put up were solid. But he's got to stay on the court. And because he has to be healthy, because LeBron is in his 20th year, we cannot expect, nor should we, for a man going into his 20th season in the NBA with all the wear and tear on his body to play 70, 75 games out of this season. But AD, that ain't you.
Yeah.
You got to come through for the Lakers and carry the team and carry that load consistently and be on the court and be available, because I didn't coin the phrase, but for an athlete, the best ability is availability.
Availability. Okay, You're right. Erica, I know you're busy doing your thing. I wish you could call in. She, of course, was a Player of the Year candidate for the Big 12 conference when she was at Mizzou. I wanted to bring her in to answer this question that I'm going to ask you. Are we finally over the phrase load management? Are we now stop? No. Can we stop talking about like that's going to be the end of the world and the league as we know it? Yeah, the league as we know it will never be the same. Do we now realize that load management has been going on in some form or another for a long time, but things are a little bit different now than they were back then? So it's almost necessary when you got a 20-year vet like LeBron James, when you got an injury-prone person like Anthony Davis. I mean, that isn't unique to the Lakers. That's other teams as well.
Right, and Zion will go through that with the Pelicans. So, yeah, it depends on the player. Gone are the days of Elvin Hayes playing 82 games in all 48 minutes.
Right.
That ain't happening.
Right. And see,
never again.
They said that about, was it, I forget who they said it about. They said it about somebody last night. Oh, he played in all 82 games. And I'm like, he didn't play 40 minutes a game.
Yeah.
You know, I could check in and check out and have been given credit for playing in all 82 games, but that didn't mean I did anything. And I didn't play 40 minutes.
And yeah, majority of NBA starters now, guys who play 35 plus, hardly any of them will play all 82 games.
Yeah, yeah. In college, they play how many? 30 what?
30 to 35. Yeah.
You got guys on the team that played all 48 minutes and
all 40, very rarely.
40 minutes in all 35 games.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
Come tournament time,
different
rotations tighten up.
Right, different.
You know, teams may go play 7 or 8 guys, and that's it.
Like NBA playoff time.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So again, Golden State got the Lakers. I'm not mad. What surprised me was how Boston beat Philly.
Why?
I just was surprised. With all the drama that Boston had this offseason, I just thought something different would happen. I thought if anybody was going to get him, Philly would get him in week 1, game 1.
It still might. The issues might rear up, and I think they will. I expect them that they will at some point this season. But the Sixers, Doc Rivers, Daryl Morey want James Harden to be James Harden. That's not for the benefit of the Sixers. James Harden pounding the air to the ball like he did with the Rockets will not help Philly get to where they want to go.
Yeah.
He's got to be more of a passer, facilitator with this team. This is not so him dribbling the ball 500 times like he did Tuesday. That's not going to help Philly win, especially against good / great / elite teams.
Right.
That's not going to work. No.
Right. Well, I mean, he looked a little bit like the old James Harden from the from the box score, 35, 8, and 7. But like you said, it didn't translate into a win. Embiid did his thing, 25, 5. Harris added 18 quiet points. Maxey had 21, and I almost had to go back and remember them because, again, they were non-impactful 21. But again, you got to go down to that bench and see they got very little from their bench.
You know, what did House do?
Daniel House, 1.1 rebound, 1 assist.
How many minutes?
Hold on, I'm trying to get over that triple single that he had.
Yeah.
He played 16 minutes.
16 minutes, 1-1-1. We could have done that, bro.
Yeah.
Right now. Right. I think I could have done that right now.
Yeah.
That's not good enough. He's got to bring it.
Yeah.
So, but the style of play, James, for Philly to win at a high level, he cannot pound the ball.
Yeah.
Like he did.
Yeah. Well, again, he's been given permission to do that.
And Doc and Daryl need to realize that it's not going to work against great teams.
I feel like Doc will realize that before Daryl realizes that, because Daryl remembers, we were a couple of points away from a chance to go to the finals.
And that's years ago now.
I agree.
In the past. I think Daryl Morey's living in the past.
Agreed. Let me pop in Erica's comment. I can't call in, but I can tell you as a fan, showing up to see your favorite player play and they aren't playing because of load management is super disappointing. Happened to me twice.
And that is an area that I agree with. I do not like when the NBA rests superstars. I because, and it's a different era. I understand that. I remember Mike saying it, and Kobe adopted the philosophy of the mindset as well, to give maximum effort every time you play, because you never know, there may be fans who have spent their hard-earned money for that one game, that one home game, to see you play.
I'm laughing not because of what you say. I'm laughing because what's going through my mind while you're saying it, man. You know, that meme of Michael Jordan and blank them kids. I mean, take kids out, put fans in. I mean, bro, I get it. But if I got my owner GM hat on.
But okay, I'll do it like this. Why can't you play 20 minutes instead of playing the whole game? Because if you do that low management enough to 2 or 3 of my starters, my chance of winning that game decrease. So then I'm hurting my bottom line that way too. Right?
Right now, everybody who's lost is 1 game out of first place. Right now, everybody who lost is 1 game out of first place.
Right now. And my Detroit Pistons are 1-0.
Let me take a break.
Going 82-0 this year.
Let me take a break before I choke. We'll be right back. Eric, I saw your comment. We'll get to it when we get back. Right after this, on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3.
Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
The world record, and I lost concentration and I fall off that hurdle. I was devastated.
One of our hopes for the Olympic Games, Sharifa Barksdale from Tennessee, a fine intermediate hurdler ranked 10th in the world at 400 meters.
Posición game ball de Canadá, dominando la prueba, y la estadounidense Sharifa Barksdale está en.
When I fell over that hurdle, it ended my career. And then all of a sudden, my coach grabs me by the throat. And I was going through some paperwork and seeing that he had spent 10 years in prison. And I was just like floored. It turned to domestic violence. I was terrified. So if I left, I don't know if I was going to die. My family didn't know if they was going to get a phone call to say that Sharifa was dead.
8910 radio, I said a vehicle took a shot at me. Southbound on East 95th.
Broke the U.S. record in the 400-meter hurdles. Represented the United States of America.
Imagine being on the biggest, fastest roller coaster that you have ever been on. That's the way my life was for 20 years.
I never had no trouble out of her being what she wanted to be. Because if this is what she wanted to be a runner, well, God bless her, and he did.
Man, the team put together a proof of concept. Basically, it's a proposal, pitch deck. And brother, when I tell you some of the actors and the actresses that they want for the movie piece, aside from the document, bro, I got a squad, man. I got a squad. I'm on a team of teamers, dog. I'm telling you, bro. It's fun to see the creativity from your squad. I like that.
I'll say it again. I said it before. Remember me when you rise up to the top, brother. That's all I'm saying.
I got a small group, bro, and I mean it when I say I have a small group, and that group is going to be wherever I go, they go. Whenever I get there, they will be able to get there too. So, yeah, man, I mean it. I cannot wait. The last hurdle, the true Olympian story, the life of Dr. Sharifa Barksdale, hit the last hurdle in the race and did not break the world's record, did not finish. And boy, it took a turn from there, Kris. It took a turn from there. Let me get Erica's comment. Erica said, plane ticket, hotel, tickets to the game, ... a whole lot of money.
That's you. That's to you, sir.
Oh, she ain't talking to me. She
talking to load management. You know, one of the rest players.
She talking to you, Doc.
No, I agree. I don't want superstars to rest. I want them to play because fans, like she said, put in that money and that time to see their superstars play. Their heroes play, and they're not playing because of rest, because of load management. I'm not with that. I mean, they don't even pretend. They come in street clothes, you know, making fashion statements rather than suiting up. Like if they get a little inkling, coach, put me in for like 10 minutes, coach. I'm good. No, you ain't playing today, man.
Would you prefer an honest lie over the honest truth, or would you prefer the truth over any kind of lie?
I want them to play. That's what I want.
Look, let me do you like my granddaddy used to do me. Everything was a story. When I used to eat meat, I used to go to, of all places, McDonald's. And I had my favorite lady who was at the window at McDonald's. Mm-hmm. I knew her voice when she came on the speaker. And whenever I heard her voice, I knew it was going to be a good day. I knew it was going to be a good day. The quarter pounder with cheese is going to be just right. It ain't going to be stale. The bread, look, they're going to put the meat in the middle of the bread. It's not going to slide off the side. I knew everything's going to be all right. Fries weren't going to be overcooked, weren't going to be too salty. Some days she wasn't there, Doc. You know what I still got? McDonald's. It was still McDonald's. It might not have been from the lady that I wanted it from, but it was still McDonald's. I can't hear nobody. You can say amen.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it, man, because if I'm paying to see LeBron, I don't want to see.
But you're not paying to see LeBron.
Yes.
You want to see LeBron. You're paying for a ticket to the Lakers game.
No, Erica, help me out here. Fans are paying to see LeBron.
Well,
fans are paying to see Ja. Fans are paying to see Jalen Green. Fans are paying to see Cade Cunningham. They're not paying to see Detroit Pistons, Lakers, Rockets.
Want ice water too. That's what I heard.
That's what
I heard. Well, the ticket says Lakers, Warriors. The ticket don't say LeBron versus Steph.
There she goes. She paid to see Kobe. Thank you, Erica. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Let
me wake y'all up because y'all sleep. You know, I know woke is a bad term now, but let me wake y'all up. The ticket says Lakers versus Warriors. It does not say LeBron versus Steph or LeBron versus Draymond. It says Lakers v.
How do the TV networks push it?
Oh, that's different, Doc. You ain't paying to see the TV network.
Okay. And how would the Rockets promote for ticket sales? What do they say? They say come see LeBron and the Lakers face the Rockets. They don't say come see the Lakers face the Rockets. They say come see LeBron and the Lakers. Come see Steph and the Warriors. That's what well they say.
Very well said. One is called advertising. The other one's called reality.
Okay.
I told my mama I was going to see LeBron. Well, you better call your mama back and tell her you got to see the Lakers.
You cold today, man. You don't want to do it.
I told you I didn't want to do it today. Y'all thought I was playing.
You don't want to do it.
All right, so let's get to last night, man. Rockets.
And my Pistons? Oh, you mean the Rockets. Oh, I'm sorry.
Rockets and
my bad.
The Atlanta Hawks, who I also said was going to be in the top 6. That's what I said.
Yes, you did.
I meant what I said. 10-point game. Were bright spots, anything that we should be happy about? What do you think?
They competed. I saw the rebroadcast last night. The Rockets played well, but they had spurts of turnovers, and they were down, what was it, 5 with 6 minutes left in the game.
Yep.
After a timeout, in-ball pass turnover, followed by DeJounte Murray stripping Jalen Green turnover. It's one game.
Yep.
All right, one game.
Yep.
But we saw the team with the better backcourt won.
That's why I put Atlanta where they are in my estimation, because that backcourt is serious. That backcourt can do a number of things. And, oh, yeah, by the way, they've got some size as well. So that backcourt came to light last night. I mean, when you turn the ball over almost twice as much as your opponent, you're going to lose 15-9 with the Rockets. And then also what got me was they didn't shoot well from three.
Look at the backcourt numbers, the combined numbers. Jalen Green and Scoot, 37 points, 10 assists.
Yep.
Trae Young, Murray, combined 43 points, 24 assists, only 3 turnovers. Jalen Green and KPJ had 7 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
That's it.
Yeah. So they're gonna be Rockets will be fine. I think and I believe it's just this stretch to start the season. I hope it does not wear on their psyche as a young squad, because 10 of the first 13 games are on the road.
Yeah.
Okay. They got Memphis at home Friday, Utah at home Monday, in between Milwaukee with the Bucks on the road.
Mm-hmm.
First 4 games, 2-2, home and away.
Mm-hmm.
The next stretch, 8 of 9 on the road.
Yeah.
And they could play well like they did last night and lose 6 or 7 of those 8 road games. And then who knows where they're going to be.
Yeah.
If you start having doubts, man, we're playing well, we're doing a lot of things right, but we're still losing. So if that happens, then how will they impact their season going forward?
And again, I'm not trying to be hard or cold. That's Stephen Silas's job right there.
Yes, it is.
That's his job right there. You have got to make this make sense, and you've got to keep them focused on playing as hard as they can.
Yeah.
Both ends of the court.
Right. And going forward to the Alperen Şengün fans. Why didn't LP start? How dare Stephen Silas bring LP off the bench? Bruno Fernandes, 7 points, 9 boards, 7 assists, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Şengün off the bench.
Yeah.
15-9 in 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Combine that, brother. That's 22 points, 18 rebounds, and 7 assists from your center spot.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty darn good.
I was going to say, they ain't had a stat line like that out of the 5 in a long time.
So the big men, the 5 spot did well.
Yeah.
Starting backcourt.
Yeah.
Those 7 miscues.
Yeah.
And at the wrong time, too.
Right.
But that's part of them being a young backcourt. Got to learn as you go.
Sure do. I saw bright spots last night, and they were good to see.
Yes.
So 1 out of 82. They won't be 82-0. They won't
Correct.
be 82-0. Got to take a quick station ID, and we'll come back. Got to talk about Brooklyn. We'll do that when we come back right here on the lunch break. Powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, y'all are. Yes.
Note to self: don't let me go on Twitter in between the break.
Okay. Remember that, AJ. Remember that.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. I got caught looking at something that was just hilarious. So anyway, back here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E. Man, did Brooklyn beat New Orleans 130 to 108 last night? I know my stuff must have been wrong. Yeah. It says New Orleans 130 to 108, but it should have been, because I get my stuff sometimes from CBS Sports, and I know they have their stuff mixed up sometimes. I got interns. I love them, but every now and then they'll miss a game here, they'll miss a game there. In fact, Al High, we apologize. He had 8 wins yesterday, but it did not change the result. King Doc still won for the weekly total. Al, you in first place, so don't be jumping on the interns. They just missed one of your games, so y'all please forgive them. But clearly this is a mistake, right? This ain't right.
Who has better young talent? New Orleans or the Nets?
Brooklyn, right?
Who has better young talent?
Brooklyn, supposed to.
I don't know what's supposed to you talking to.
I just, everybody, yeah. Brooklyn. T to B, Brooklyn, East, Brooklyn. High NBA champ ratings, Brooklyn. Did New Orleans go into Brooklyn and beat the hell out of them?
Yeah, you tell me, because I didn't see the game. I'll try to watch it replay today.
130 to 108.
130 to 108. The Pels waxed that behind. Yeah.
And Willie Gibson, our colleague up in Columbus, sent me a thing of Shaq in the studio talking about every time Zion Williamson saw Ben Simmons guarding him, he said, what, barbecue chicken? I mean, what?
Zion is a load, man. A healthy Zion is a scary force.
But
scary
stat lines for New Orleans: 25-9 for Zion, 28-7 for Ingram, 15-13 for Valanciunas, and 21-4-6 from McCollum. And they got 16-9 off the bench from Murphy III.
Trey, if I may, brother, may I have a moment?
You may.
Okay, thank you.
May away.
Trey Murphy III. What was the stat line again?
16-9.
You remember what his first college was that he attended? No, I'm being serious.
I don't remember.
Rice.
Okay.
Rice. Okay. Then he transferred to Virginia. But Trey Murphy III here at Rice, when Rice played Houston at the House of Tudors, I call it Tudor Field House.
Yeah.
Trey Murphy III went off on Houston. Went off.
Mm-hmm.
They had no answer for him.
No doubling, no trapping, no
didn't matter. Did not matter.
Okay.
Then he sprained his ankle.
Okay.
And he was never the same in that game. And then Quentin Grimes went off in the second half, and Houston came back and won. High scoring game, but Coach Sampson to this day, Trey Murphy went off on Houston. Okay. Then he transferred to Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
No ill will between Trey and Coach Scott Perry at Rice. I'm saying all that to say, Rice, as I mentioned to you last week, Keanu Dawes, Stratford, Garvey Lewis finalist, and probably will be again for the 23 award on our Folks Talking Sports show on Sunday. One of the reasons Keanu mentioned that he committed to Rice over at Texas A&M, big time programs, okay? Power 5, big time programs, was because of Trey Murphy's success at Rice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm saying all this to folks who say, well, Kris, you want to talk about the Cougs. Well, I'm talking about the right side right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm a fan, not a fan, a supporter of all the local teams.
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
TSU, now HCU, Rice, all okay.
Yep.
So when Keanu said that, and I know this, he also said he was 6'2" as a freshman. He's now 6'8".
Mm-hmm.
So he was a point guard initially.
Yeah.
So he still has point guard skills.
Still handle.
But he's now 6'8".
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm encouraging people, don't sleep on Rice. When he gets there next year, Pay attention to Rice and Keanu, and they got some players this year too. Rice should be nice this year in Conference USA than last year in Conference USA, who I will start ignoring once Rice moves to the American, just like the conference ignores me when it comes to press releases.
Wow. Okay. All right. He said what he said. He said what he said.
From the chest too.
Yeah.
Conference USA.
Yep. Well, Trey Murphy the third definitely chipped in off the bench and just finished the touches on New Orleans blowing Brooklyn out. And let me go over to the Brooklyn side and give some love to them. I don't want to be one-sided. 32 from Durant, 15 from Kyrie, 13 and 10 from Claxton, 10 points from O'Neal, and then they got 16 off the bench from Patty Mills. Ben Simmons, 4, 5, and 5.
How many assists did Kyrie have?
Kyrie had 5.
They gave up 130. Ben Simmons is not going to solve their defensive problems. I mean, they were bad defensively before Ben Simmons got there. They're going to be bad within there now. They don't have enough guys who want to play defense first. That's first.
Yep.
And then have the ability to play defense. And I mean, look at their head coach. He was never known as a defensive guy anyway. So
speaking of the head coach, one of our colleagues is saying that there are folks that are saying, that there's literally about to be a mutiny in Brooklyn because of how bad of a coach they now realize Steve Nash is. I don't know if I buy it. I think that it is want to from the players, definitely on the defensive end. Defense is a want to. It's not optional.
Yes.
And you got a lot of guys that don't want to play defense. They want the ball in their hands. They want the opportunity to score, and everything else is optional.
If they are waiting for Steve Nash to help make them better defensive players, it's going to be a long wait.
Right.
Okay. I mean, that's just reality of the situation. This is the coach y'all wanted.
Yeah.
And offensively, it's not a problem for y'all. Y'all don't even try to stop people.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that, because of all the, not really shade, but reality, we toss on the Warriors. The Warriors, when it comes down to it,
they play hella defense.
They play defense.
They play hella defense. In fact, their defense leads to their offense a lot of times. I can't even put Brooklyn in the Loyola Marymount category where they just outscored everybody by so much they didn't have to play defense. But how many championships did Loyola Marymount win?
Right, exactly.
Phoenix used to put up a bunch of points. How many championships did Phoenix win?
7 seconds or less, yes.
So, I don't know.
Those Lakers Showtime.
Yeah. But at
they
least
won championships because they stopped dudes when it came down to it. Yes.
Yeah.
See, the narrative has always been for a long, long time. Flash and dash, Showtime, fast breaks, all that kind of stuff. Transition up and down the floor. But teams that win championships, when it comes down to it, and they need to get a stop, or make you get out of what you want to do, they win championships.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I just had to make sure my my app was not thrown off. Cavaliers fell to Toronto 108-105. Minnesota beat OKC 115-108. No surprise there. Let's see. Charlotte beat the Spurs. The Spurs are really going to be that team. I've never seen San Antonio be like they're about to be.
Before David Robinson got there, I mean, they were bad.
I mean, under Pop.
Yeah.
Under Pop.
But there's a plan. There's a method to madness.
Right.
Yes.
Suns pulled one out against the.
Do you have the box score? Because I didn't see what Christian Wood did last night.
Let me give you Christian Wood's performance last night. C. Wood off the bench, 25, 8, and 2.
Those are very good numbers.
Off the bench.
And they still lost.
Off the bench. Luka had his 35 and 9. Dinwiddie, 15, 10 from Bullock, 9 from Timmy Jr. off the bench, but that 25 from from Christian Wood was by far the best. They were up by
22, I think. Something like that. But they were up by
the game. I think they were up by 9.
How late? Because it was like 15 early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. With about 4 minutes left to play, they up by 9, and then they lost.
Yeah. You don't make shots, and you can't get stops down the stretch.
Monty Williams did something interesting fourth quarter.
He didn't play. He did not bring Chris Paul back in the game.
Didn't bring him back in the game.
Close out the game.
Yeah.
That's coaching.
That's coaching.
The guy's playing well. So hey, I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
DP.
Game 1.
Yeah.
Coaching it like we're trying to win it.
Yeah.
Who's this? Detroit. They beat the Magic. Detroit.
It's for you, Erica. It's for you, Erica.
Oh, okay. All right.
Detroit basketball.
But tell me what happened when the Rook posterized your guy. I mean, did he really think he was going to take that charge, or did he really not know?
Who are you talking about? Paolo or Jalen Duren?
Paolo.
Okay, because I haven't seen the clip yet. Like I said, I'm going to watch the game. I saw the clip of Jalen's dunk over somebody for Orlando. I haven't seen Paolo's dunk yet.
That one. That's the one you got to see.
Okay.
And it was early, so it's like, yeah, hi, my name is Paolo. I'll be right back. Block.
Who was it over? You remember? It was Isaiah Stewart, Ivy, Cade, Bogdanovich.
Watch the clip, bro.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to watch the game after. Yeah.
So again, the NBA is in good hands from the young standpoint. These cats that came in.
Yep.
And man, it's
because I think Paolo had 27 last night.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. Box score. Orlando. Yeah, Paolo had 27, 9, and 5.
Yeah. So he put up good numbers.
Take a single 3.
Yeah. Thank you.
Didn't take one single 3.
And still got his. Thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah. Bogdanovich had 24 for y'all.
Made 6 threes.
Cunningham had 18 and 10.
Yep.
19 from Ivy. 14 and 10 off the bench from
and 3 block shots. Yes.
Yeah.
One of my friends sent me that tweet. He tweeted it to me about Jalen while I was in the airport. I was like, oh, young fella came through some boards because he wasn't doing that a lot of preseason. So
Bulls beat the Heat. It's too early to even really think about that.
It's a surprise because the Bulls were without some players last night.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'm still gonna believe week 1, game 1, you name it. Did Utah win? Utah beat Denver.
Did they really? Wow. Well,
102.
Usually there's a team that ends up being a bad team getting an early season win that we didn't expect, and then reality sets in for the rest of the way. Like, remember when they did? Yeah. They're still gonna be bad. They will. Well, they got the good win out the way right now.
Got to be bad last night.
Yeah.
And then Portland beat Sacramento 115-108. When's Sacramento going to figure it out?
When are they going to become the Kings rather than the Kings? Hey, I don't know. This is supposed to be their year to end that streak. It's like I said, for everybody, it's just one game. We'll see. But the Kings are expected to be better than Portland this year. So last night was not an indicator of that.
Okay.
But they got to fix it.
Right.
They got pieces there. You got to put it together and get it done on the court.
Yeah.
Because I want to say about the Detroit-Orlando game, those two teams on the same tier. Okay. Detroit at home got a win over Orlando. Detroit fans are happy because they saw signs of the future and the potential of the youngsters going forward. That's all it was.
Okay. All right. We'll take our final break. When we come back, yesterday I had one of the assistant coaches from Ole Miss's women's basketball team. They were 4th in the SEC last season, finished right at number 25 in the final rankings. And then the preseason rankings came out for the women yesterday, and they ain't nowhere on it. Let's talk about those preseason rankings, if you will, when we come back and wrap it up. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining me here on the lunch break. We'll be right back right after this on as we stream live on Roku, courtesy of BS3 TV.
If you're looking for a sports program that gives you the flavor.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then this is that show. BS3 Network proudly presents.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets.
Hey, y'all got to check my brother out, man. He's a bad, bad man when it comes to those sports. He'll be on tomorrow night. He'll be on Saturday. And eventually we're going to get him on here. I again, charge it to my head and my heart. He was supposed to be on with us last week, and I blew it. All right, Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. We about to wrap it up. Before we go, man, the new preseason ranking for the women. South Carolina, number 1, should be. Stanford, number 2. Interesting. UT, number 3. I think they belong in that conversation. I really do, Doc. I really do. Let me tell you something. They have been playing quietly well for a minute. This might be their year. Iowa, number 4. Tennessee, 5. Connecticut, way down at number 6. What? Louisville, Iowa State, Notre Dame, North Carolina State, Indiana, North Carolina at 12. Virginia Tech, The Ohio State, Oklahoma, LSU, Kim Mulkey and them way down there. Maryland, Baylor way down there at 18. Arizona, Oregon, Creighton, Nebraska, South Dakota State, Princeton, and Michigan.
Yeah. What's your biggest issue?
It's hard to believe that you got a Geno Ariana team out of the top 3, let alone the top.
Well, with no Paige Beckers for the year, that's about right.
Okay.
So
there's always somebody else, though, man. This dude finds somebody else that ain't nobody heard of until they hear of him.
None of them like Paige Beckers, though. No. And Texas is 3. Coach Schaefer is some coach speak, but the Longhorns, they have no seniors, and I think maybe like 2 juniors. So they're so young. Being picked 3 is kind of high.
I mean, really, they are the number 1 team in the Big 12 by far. The next closest at number 8, Iowa State, and then you got to go all the way down to number 15 for Oklahoma. Like,
I think Iowa State was picked to win the Big 12.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they gonna dominate the Big 12 that much? I mean, what do the national folks know that the conference folks don't know?
No, that's what I'm saying. I think they picked the Longhorns for name. Iowa State was picked ahead of Texas. I mean, barely, in the preseason poll.
Okay.
And Ashley Jones seems like she's been at Iowa State forever. Mm-hmm. She's the best player in the conference.
I got you.
So best player, best team is Iowa State.
Yeah. Well, man, I thought that was interesting. And again, no Ole Miss. The SEC is represented by, of course, South Carolina, Tennessee, and then you go way, way down to LSU at 16. You go nobody else.
And notice in the first year for Coach Taylor at Texas A&M, you did not say Texas A&M, did you?
Yeah.
No. In the top 25, nope.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a different era there. Caitlin Clark at Iowa.
Yeah, I was going to say, Erica just said that.
She is legit. She was my freshman of the year, not Paige Beckers, and they were both freshmen. Because Caitlin put up numbers, man. She put up serious numbers, but the UConn train versus Iowa, Becker's, kind of, and I love Paige Becker's game, but you look at Caitlin Clark's numbers freshman year, she put up numbers too.
Yeah.
But Ole Miss not being ranked, probably some folks say, why is Princeton ranked? You need to go see that Princeton has a star on the team, I believe. You need to go check him out too. So a lot of good basketball on women's and men's. Looking forward to it. With the Houston Cougars men's team, top 3 preseason, I'm focused a lot on them this season, on the men's side, and plus the men's Final Four, will be in Houston. Women's Final Four will be in Dallas. So hoops in Texas.
Yeah.
This season, brother. So it's good to see.
Texas at the end of this season.
And have you kept in touch with your good friend Ryan McGinty?
I have not. I've tried to leave him alone because Grandma said if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. And I got nothing to say yet.
Because, it's time, you need to start putting a good word and start baking cookies and things of that sort, man, just to make sure you get taken care of for Final Four. But in seriousness, as I close it out here on the lunch break.
Thank you.
Have you had a chance to see my interview with Coach Mike Boynton from Oklahoma State?
Yes.
That was awesome, man. That's one of the things I love about what I do, is talking to basketball folks one-on-one.
Yep.
Because I learned a lot in those 5-6 minutes of conversation.
Yep.
It's awesome. I wrote about it. I did the transcript of it. It's on my website at HoustonRoundballReview.com. And also the video of it is on Houston Roundball Review on YouTube. So either way, I got you covered. But he talks about Coach Kelvin Sampson, his impact on him as a coach, and the Cougs joined the Big 12. But also a thing that surprised me was his biggest disappointment in coaching so far was not getting a job at Stephen F. Austin.
Right.
Before he got the job at Oklahoma State. So that story that he told, you got to check it out, man. So I learned a lot talking to Coach Boynton yesterday.
Good stuff. When we come back next week, let's get a SWAC preseason ranking.
Zach stayed on the women's side, T-shirt on the men's side.
You know what?
What I want to talk about seriously is I'm putting it out there for the public. Okay. The SIDs and the coaches vote in SWAC polls. All right. So it's 24 people vote, 2 for each school, institution, 12 schools in the SWAC. Valley women, okay, picked last in the poll. Someone gave them a first place vote. Who are you? Because they are last by a lot.
All right, let me just say something real quick, and then we're going to sign off. Their head coach is now following me, and I'm following her, and we are communicating. So maybe they believe in her and, see something in them.
Valley,
hey, Coach.
Valley got a lot because they're so underfunded. They're trying to do
extremely.
There's so much with so little.
And Commissioner McClellan, if you're listening, and I know you listen on Mondays from time to time, that's on you, bro. You got to balance that out. You have the power, you have the finances, and you have the resources. You can't not put all the attention in Jackson, Mississippi, and not put any attention on Mississippi Valley State. I'm just saying. And Ida Beta. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, brother. Go ahead and give me your stuff.
Wrap it up. Thank you, as always, for being on the lunch break. Appreciate it. Catch me. I'm Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. Twitter, ZHR Review. HoustonRoundballReview.com. Houston Roundball Review on Instagram. The Gram, as a youngster telling me that's how it's called.
Instagram, bro.
As well as on YouTube. Since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective.
All right, brother. Love you much. Talk to you soon.
Take care, brother. Love you as well. Bye, Erica.
Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. Y'all know the brother. He's real. Y'all be sure and follow him. Do what you got to do. All right, I got to roll. I'll be back tomorrow. I got a special guest joining me tomorrow. We'll keep talking some basketball with this special guest. And, of course, don't forget you got to have your lunch break weekly, Keeping Up with the Joneses. Pick them challenge picks in by 6 p.m. tonight. You can text them 832-403-5005, or you can email them aj@jonesmediaandent.com, aj@jonesmediaandent.com. Don't forget to pick all of the games. If you don't pick a game, we can't give you credit for it. And again, don't forget the exact final score for Monday night's game. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you. There's nothing you can do about it except meet me here tomorrow for Freestyle Friday.
Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Thursday, October 20th, 2022. Number 1, during its final public hearing, the House January 6th committee voted unanimously to subpoena former President Donald Trump. They are demanding his personal testimony as it unveiled startling new video and described his multi-part plan to overturn his 2020 election loss, which led to his supporters' fierce assault on the U.S. Capitol. Using language frequently seen in criminal indictments, the panel said Donald Trump acted in a premeditated way before January 6, 2021, despite countless aides and officials telling him he lost. Number 2, Tuesday, the White House released a fact sheet detailing how President Biden continues to thwart Vladimir Putin's price hikes at the pump. According to the White House, gas prices fell at the fastest rate in over a decade this summer, with average prices down about $1.15 per gallon since their peak in June, and just about 30 cents above levels when the war in Ukraine began. President Biden is directing his administration to take additional action to strengthen energy security, address the supply crunch, and lower costs. Number 3. While the United States contends with the newly detected COVID Omicron BQ.1 subvariants, another highly mutated strain of the coronavirus called XBB is tearing across Southeast Asia. In some places, it's caused the number of cases to double in a day. Some hope sensationalist reports have called XBB a nightmare variant due to its apparent ability to evade immunity and dampen some therapies. Number 4, police in Milwaukee, Wisconsin are investigating a situation showing a 62-year-old white man accusing a 24-year-old black man of stealing a bicycle while detaining him with a hand on his throat. The video has gone viral on social media, with commenters calling the incident an example of racial profiling and vigilantism. While the white man is making his accusations, the younger man repeatedly says he never touched the bicycle. Multiple kids are also riding their bikes in the background of the video, and one says the 28-year-old did not steal anything. Number 5. It's time to prepare for the most intense and most transformative time of any year. It's Scorpio season. This year will be even more intense thanks to tension from Saturn, possible misplaced energy of Mars retrograde, and the eclipse season. Read more about it in today's What You Need to Know newsletter, brought to you by Ms. Astrology. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Be an example of what is good and right is a moral obligation. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with Ms. Astrology and our health and wellness contributor, Aprilette Russell, as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Black Voters Matter and HBCU Go TV. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.